Let's go trick-or-treating up here, Dad. Come on. Hey, Scarface. I'm Elliot Ness.
You're under arrest. Come, meet your fate, elephants.
I can't thank you enough for your contribution, May. The rectory roof has been in need of repair for longer than I care to remember.
Well, we're always glad to help. You know, we've had quite a few little priests trick-or-treating here tonight.
Well, many traditionalists believe Halloween is the devil's night.
Good time. Yeah, you getting good stuff?
Uh-huh.
You getting money?
Good evening, Alphonse.
How you doing, Father? Your son, why don't you go in there and count up your booty? So, Father, what's all this stuff about the devil's night you was talking about?
Actually, it's called All Hallows Eve, the Day of the Dead, the day the departed come back to walk the earth.
What's the matter?
Nothing, man. Just having a rough day.
Well, thanks again for your donation.
Anytime, Father. Frank and some men are here to see you.
Sorry about this, Al.
What's going on?
Sorry about coming here like this tonight. But the boys, those bastards.
The commission wants you to step down.
Who wants me to step down?
Took a vote, Alphonse. The rest of the capos, they want you to step down. To the man, they all agreed.
Son of a bitches. Who the hell do they think they are? I made them all rich men. Who's gonna take my place?
It's going to be a consortium. Everybody will have a say. Al, not in our darkest day would we ever go for something like this.
I know that, Frank.
They're bracing up for war. Now, you know us. We ain't going to go down without a fight. What do you want to do?
My most trusted men, Frank. The men that I trusted with my life. Now they want me to step down. And what are we supposed to do? Just kill them all and then start all over again? How would it? Maybe I should just take May and Sonny. Go down to Florida. I mean, there's been so many things that I've been neglecting lately.
You know I'm with you, whatever you do.
The Ides of March, Frank. I knew it was coming. It was like some kind of premonition.
Tonight we celebrate a significant victory over Al Capone. This is an Armagnac that was made the year your country was being born. It spent its adolescence watching the rise and fall of Napoleon, the great wars of 1848, the year of revolutions, the unification of Italy. And now it sees the demise of Al Capone.
You really did it, Elliot. All hail to the chief.
We did it. Of course, the job's not done. This consortium will pick right up where Capone left off.
Never mind about that. We'll deal with the consortium. To Elliot Ness, and us, his Untouchables.
Here, here.
Come on, Elliot.
I don't believe Capone is going to just step down.
Elliot, can you just enjoy life for one day?
He's going to make a move, Kathy.
Elliot, please. Please.
He's going to make a move. I want to know what it is.
Let's go home.
See your mom is Ellen overnight. So I've got a little surprise for you.
Elliot, can we afford this? I could just stay here and order room service for the rest of my life. You and me and room service.
They're waiting now.
I know that, Frank. Let them wait. Grab the newspaper. And the Globe. Sorry I'm late, boys, but I'm glad you called this meeting because if you didn't, I would have. Set it up over here, Frankie.
Hey, look, Al, this is our meeting.
I know that. But don't I still have some kind of a say-so here? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Are we trying to get this thing back on track or what?
Look, we called this meet for a reason.
Gentlemen, I've been working on a plan that will not only eliminate Ness, but Lansky and Luciano from our lives forever. But you guys got something more important to talk about. Go ahead. Gentlemen, I'm offering you virgin territory. Located just 90 miles off of U.S. soil. Tropical paradise filled with beautiful women and high rollers that are just dying for our kind of action. Gentlemen, I offer you Cuba.
Cuba isn't what this meeting is about, Al. I've been to Havana. I got heat rash.
Yeah, well, maybe the next time you go down there, Ernie, you'll come back with something a little more than an itch.
What are you talking about?
I'm in the middle of negotiations with President Morado for exclusive gambling rights on the island. Now, we're drawing up plans right now for a strip of exclusive resorts going to be located all on the coastline. And believe me, boys, we're talking about the most lavish casinos ever built. Make the south of France look like New Jersey. Now, gambling is just the tip of the iceberg. I've already optioned a 10,000-acre plantation, which we can use as a distillery. Now, after prohibition's over, this thing's gonna be worth a fortune. Believe me, gentlemen, Cuba's always been a pirate's paradise. And I say it's ripe for the taking now.
How would we fund this, Al?
We're gonna go partners with the Cuban government, 50-50. And the best part of it is that we're gonna be able to use their laws and their troops to back us up. A little bit different than what we got going now.
Who's gonna run this kind of operation?
Murray Grossman from the old Brooklyn mob. I mean, the guy's honest, and he has a couple other gambling operations down there already, so he knows the ins and the outs.
How much we talking?
$100 million, English liquor alone. Total operation, we're looking at $400 million first year.
I say this sounds more like pie in the sky than piece of cake.
Is that the way you really feel about it, Ernie? This isn't no pie in the sky, fellas. This is for real. Now, Ernie over there, he never had any imagination or vision. And look where it got him. Now, you can either follow him, or you can follow me. Think about it. Clean up the deadwood, Joe.
You got them to get out of your hand. Now, why didn't you tell me anything about Cuba?
Because I just thought about it.
So where'd you get the names of the places?
Out of the newspaper. The rest I made up.
Well, help me. Yeah, all right.
Hey, Murray. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, welcome to Paradise Al.
Remember Frankie Real?
Oh, yeah, Frankie, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
From the old days. Welcome to Havana, huh?
Thanks for greasing us through customs.
Hey, listen, it's an easy place to get along once you got the cash, huh?
Sounds like my kind of town. Murray over here is going to show us the lay of the land, Frank.
Excuse me, senor. Can't you help me with a little money? I'm very hungry.
Here you go, pal. Give one to your buddy over
Thank
there.
you. Gracias, gracias.
A lot of poor people down here.
Con su permiso, por favor.
You're a very brave man. I want you to know that I was moved by your courage.
I am Fulgencio Batista.
Al Capone. I come from America.
I know who you are, Mr. Capone.
Tell me something, senor. Who are those people? Are they revolutionaries?
They are communist rebels, but they are also people whose children are hungry. Nonetheless, anarchy cannot be allowed to prevail. There must be other solutions. Excuse me, please.
If you hear anything on Capone, you let me know right away. No? All right. Bye.
Any news about Capone?
No. It's like he's dropped off the face of the earth. Not one police agency I've contacted has heard a word.
He's only been gone 2 days, Elliot. Maybe he's on vacation.
Or holed up with one of his girlfriends licking his wounds.
Aye.
All right. We know he's out there somewhere. We know he's up to something. We can bet on that. Look, I want you all back on the street. I want to know what's going on.
Elliot, these lads haven't slept in 48 hours.
Oh, hey, I'm fine. Fresh as a daisy.
I can keep going if he can.
Yeah? So get out there.
You heard what the man said. Come on, you volunteer.
Where are you? Crafty little son of a bitch.
Frankie makes a big splash, don't he?
Have some of my Chipino, Al.
No thanks, Rose.
Oh, it's Maury's favorite.
Yeah.
You know, you have a very beautiful and elegant home, Rose.
Thank you. It's here to enjoy.
A little bit better than Brooklyn, huh, Murray?
Maybe shy, too, huh?
That's for sure.
I love this.
Whoa!
Why don't you tell me a little more about President Morado, Murray?
Al, he's very smart. Tough as a bullet. Born wealthy, but he's as cunning as a street animal. Married an actress. Hates the gringo, but you he knows by reputation. Yeah, he's got an open mind about doing business with you, huh?
What do you know about his strengths and his weaknesses?
Weakness, Al? Greed. He usually charges $5 grand for a meeting with gringo businessmen.
Well, at least he's got a sense of humor, Murray.
Yeah, I get 10% off the top. Ever since Murado made it illegal for Cubans to do business with foreigners. Picked up some good change. He's dying to pick up some of that gambling action for the dinero. Strengths? Hell, he'll stop at nothing to stay head of this country. And he uses the U.S. Army as his big stick. He manipulates his relationship with Washington beautifully.
You know, the kids we saw the other day, Murray, these rebels, they look pretty serious to me.
They're riffraff, Al, malcontents. Pebbles in Murado's shoes. He's going to be in power forever.
Yeah, well, I hope so, Murray. I mean, you got a really nice thing going here. Paradise and all that. I wouldn't want to see you blow it. Maybe end up on a rowboat to Miami or something like that. All right, so when do we make the first move?
He's already made the first overture, Al. It's in your bedroom.
How we doing, Al?
Well, I think I'm gonna really enjoy running this place. What about you, Frankie?
Oh, yeah.
My name is Dominique. Welcome to Havana, Senor Capone.
Nothing. That house is closed up tight.
No letters, no calls. Ness is right. Capone has dropped off the face of the earth.
Paul.
Maybe he's got something from Capone.
Come on.
What are we gonna do?
Let's improvise.
Oh, pal! What do you got there?
Special delivery for Mrs. Capone.
We'll take it.
Sorry, have to deliver to Mrs. Capone herself.
Hey, do you know who Al Capone is?
We got rules. Nothing goes into the house without us looking at it.
Now go on, beat it. Havana.
Excellent. You're a very talented actress, Mrs. Morado. You should be very proud, Senor Presidente.
I am, Mr. Capone. And to think, she gave it all up for me.
Would you like brandy with your cigars on the veranda?
Not at the moment. I need to talk to Mr. Capone in private.
I think I'll skip this part of the evening.
Excellent job.
Mr. Capone, Mr. Rio.
Don't be late.
I'm not a child.
She went to Radcliffe for 4 years and came back a hellion.
My stepfather thinks any woman with an idea is a hellion. Can I go?
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
I've got to ask. Mr. Capone, do you really think Cuba needs another opportunist taking advantage of the poor?
Marta.
It's all right. I don't know what you think you know about me, Marta, but I don't take advantage of anyone. I plan on helping the Cuban economy in the same way I've helped Chicago's.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, well, it should. See, my business brings jobs to the people. Good paying jobs. And after all, isn't that what poor people want? A chance. You know, sometimes when you're surrounded with everything that you could possibly need, little things like that are easily forgotten.
Good night, Mr. Capone.
Good night.
My daughter is like a thoroughbred horse. She needs the proper handler, someone that knows when to let her run and knows when to hold her back. Do you know about horses, Mr. Capone?
Well, I can usually tell a winner at the gate.
Do I look like a winner to you?
Well, I'm going to be doing business with somebody I didn't think could go the distance, Senor President.
Mr. Capone, Colonel Rivera, Minister of Defense.
Pleased to meet you, Colonel.
I get right to the point, Mr. Capone. I'm opposed to doing business with you.
Man, why?
We've heard of your exploits in Chicago. Intimidation, brutality, your disruption of the legal and judicial system. We have enough anarchists in Cuba.
So what, you calling me an anarchist? I'm a businessman, Colonel. I came in to form a partnership with your government.
The Cuban government will not tolerate gangsterism, Mr. Capone. Not from you, and not from those hoodlums in the hills.
You know what? I resent being called a gangster. And if you ever stick that finger in my face again, I'm gonna break it off.
Gentlemen. Mr. Grossman, send us your terms. I will talk to my advisors and get back to you as soon as I can.
Well, if I were you, Senor Presidente, I would get to it as soon as I could.
Meaning?
Meaning the offer's not gonna be on the table forever. After all, there's a lot of beautiful islands in the Caribbean other than Cuba. Good night, gentlemen.
I like you, Mr. Capone. I sincerely do.
What do you think?
Capone will run his operation with an iron fist.
I'm against dealing with gangsters. Capone could be a bigger threat than the rebels. He certainly has more money.
That's why we're going to do business with him.
The American government isn't going to like it.
Let me handle the American government.
Welcome to Havana, Mr. Ness. Mr. Malone?
Thanks for meeting us, Ambassador. Any sign of Al Capone?
You get right to the point, don't you?
The point is Al Capone, I do. Have you heard anything?
We don't know where he is.
But anything Capone does down here will have to go through President Morado.
Will Morado do business with Capone?
For the money, he's a compulsive gambler. Lives fast and hard. And he's being threatened right now. The rebels here are getting more powerful every day. He needs to bring the money into Cuba in order to stop him.
Sounds like a marriage made in hell.
Fernando, would you get the bags, please?
We'd like to meet with the president.
It's not a problem. He'll be at the Swiss ambassador's birthday party tonight. Come as my guest.
the president's gone all out.
He does this 3 times a week. Ambassador Dormier has been here since the turn of the century. He's never learned a word of Spanish. Oh, excuse me.
Con permiso, grandote.
Friend of yours?
Not yet. There's Morado now.
Ambassador Wells, pleasure to see you.
Let me introduce you to Mr. Elliot.
Elliot Ness needs no introduction. A big fan of U.S. newsreels.
Mr. President, Treasury Agent Mike Malone.
Mr. President.
My wife Elena, my daughter Marta.
Oh, Mrs. Morano, may I say that I'm a great fan of yours. I've seen every movie you ever made.
Oh, thank you. I almost forgot I made them.
Before you leave Cuba, you must give me your autograph. Excuse me. I have urgent business to attend to with the French ambassador. Please, entertain Mr. Ness until I return.
Is that an order?
A request, my dear. Mr. Ambassador.
Mrs. Morano, may a humble fan beg a dance of a great star?
I'd love to dance, Mr. Malone.
Thank you.
Mr. Ness, is your dance card full?
No. Be my honor. Por favor.
Mr. Ness, what brings you to Havana?
I'm looking up an old acquaintance by the name of Al Capone. Make sure he doesn't slice up Havana the way he has Chicago.
Señores y señoras, todo está bien. Solamente se fue la luz. Por favor, solamente se fue la luz. Please, it was a mere power failure. Everything is under control. Everybody, enjoy your evening. Música. Evening, Miss Murano.
Sergeant Batista, Elliot Ness, the famous American policeman.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Ness. I hope your stay in Cuba is pleasant.
Gracias.
Here comes my stepfather.
Buenas noches.
Agent Ness has come down here to get information about Al Capone. Are you aware he's in Havana?
Yes, this man Capone came to see me about a business proposition.
What kind of proposition?
He wanted a gambling license.
You're not seriously considering giving him one.
We're reviewing his application like anyone else.
Well, this isn't anyone else. This is Al Capone.
I want to go on record with Ambassador Wales that I am against allowing gangsters on Cuban soil.
Basta. Yo soy el que mando aquí. Y usted hará exactamente lo que yo digo. ¿Entiende?
Sí, señor presidente. It's just that I wanted Mr. Ness and Ambassador Wales to understand what a military position was
I was hired to protect your father, not to serve the whims of his spoiled daughter.
You don't want to serve my whim?
Not like other men when it comes to you, Magda. I want you forever.
I can tell you that if you do business with Capone, we would, under the Platt Agreement, have our gunboats cut off your commerce with your neighbors in the Caribbean.
Ambassador, a threat is a threat, no matter who it comes from, a gangster or a nation.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Encontramos algo, coronel. El apagón fue causado por alguien que cortó el cable, mi coronel. Aseguren la área. Sí, mi coronel. Come, Mr. President.
Don't move. Don't move.
Acá están, acá están.
Thank you, Mr. Ness. Country owes you a great debt.
Get it, Zeno.
Ness does heroics here. Thank you.
Colonel Rivera. I take it this is an unofficial visit.
I came for your help.
Go on.
I need your help getting rid of this monster Capone.
That's what we're here for, Colonel.
You have to convince Ambassador Wales to use whatever influence he has with your government to put pressure on President Merado to expel Capone. Expel Capone and all his gangsters.
Why didn't you go and speak to Ambassador Wales yourself?
I have already said enough, more than enough to spend the rest of my life in jail. If I had gone to the American government without permission, I don't know where I'd be.
What can you give us?
Everything. I can give you everything if the United States will guarantee my safety.
I'll talk to Ambassador Wales, but I want specifics from you, Colonel. Names, places, delivery routes, shipping dates. ¿Entiendes?
See, I must go meet Merado. He's going to try to get Capone drunk and negotiate with him. Tonight, I may know the final details of the Capone-Merado deal. We'll be in touch. Remember what I said, Mr. Ness. A guarantee for my safety.
Here.
Gracias. Buenas noches.
Keep me waiting, Murray.
Where are the islands? Manana. Manana.
You better show up.
I see you're enjoying La Habana's nightlife.
Yeah, it's an interesting place.
There are no limits here.
Yeah, well, I'm not interested in limits. What I'm interested in is do I have a partner or not?
I had an interesting visitor yesterday, Elliot Ness. He knows that we've met.
So in other words, what you're saying is the price just went up.
There are added risks. If we were to come to an agreement, it would have to be kept very quiet.
So what's the problem?
I want 50% of the gross.
Forget about it.
Mr. Capone, you and I both know that the revenues are unlimited.
Yeah, well, the revenues will be unlimited too in the Dominican Republic if that's where I choose to do business because you're too greedy.
Everything is negotiable in Cuba. Everything.
Good.
One more thing. Colonel Rivera. He's becoming a problem.
That's not a problem. In fact, I call that a pleasure.
Salud. Su permiso. Ambassador Wales, as you can see, the rebels are becoming more barbarous and bolder every day. I formally request more aid.
Mr. President, we don't think the rebels had anything to do with this.
A bullet behind the ear from a small caliber handgun speaks to us of a mob killing.
Are you saying that Al Capone may be responsible for Colonel Rivera's death?
I'd stake my reputation on it.
Al Capone came to me with a very generous offer recently. An offer that would have provided tax revenue for my government and employment for my people.
You took his offer?
I felt Ambassador Wales' threat of a blockade was real. I turned him down. Then I ordered him off the island. Now this Chicago gangster threatens my family. I am a brave man. But when one's family is involved...
What can the American government do for you?
Mr. Ambassador, I need a guarantee. A guarantee that neither Capone nor any of his men will ever return to this island.
Our government will exercise every effort in keeping Capone and men like him out of Cuba.
Mr. Ambassador, I need a guarantee. If not, I will do business with him. I do this for the welfare of my country and the safety of my family.
You have my guarantee, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Mr. Ness? Mr. Malone?
Emerson, nothing has been settled. Now, just because Murado says he's not going to do business with Capone, it doesn't mean it's true. I don't trust Murado any more than I do Capone.
It doesn't make any difference, Elliot. You're operating outside your jurisdiction.
Emerson,
If you're not careful, you could cause an international protest.
Look, give me 3 more days.
I want you out of Cuba and back in Chicago as soon as possible.
Operating outside of our jurisdiction. How does the man even begin to evaluate the situation? He's not even down here.
Elliot, we are operating outside our jurisdiction, and we have done what we were supposed to do. We informed Ambassador Wales.
I like it, Mike. I'm not going to leave this island until I know that Capone is on his way out of here, too.
Elliot, it's not a question of liking it. He's our boss. Now, come on, we got a boat to catch.
Look, you want too much. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Just sit around here while you take me for a ride? What you're asking is unreasonable.
This is my country. I do whatever I want.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. This might be your country, but I'm the guy putting up the money. And nobody sucks Al Capone dry, you understand?
Señor Presidente, ¿le sirvo su desayuno?
Get up! Get up now!
You know, you shouldn't waste good booze like that, Señor Presidente.
Su papá está dentro con el señor Capone y no quiere interrupciones.
I have a request that might help us reach an agreement.
I'm all ears.
I want $1 million. American. Consider it a gesture of goodwill.
After weeks down in the hold of the freighter, they're useless.
The manufacturers don't know enough to pack these weapons in custom.
Worthless! You can't fight a revolution with good intentions. We need to get bolder like the rebels in the Oriente province and start robbing banks.
We are not bank robbers, Miguel. Besides, bank robbers are dead in the street.
If we don't find some money soon, we'll be throwing rocks at Murado.
No te preocupes, Miguel. No te preocupes.
I know where we can get our hands on $1 million. Capone made a casino deal with my father, $1 million in tribute. A man named Nitti is bringing it to the country within the next 3 days.
We need to know when and where, what this Nitti looks like, and if he'll be guarded.
I may be able to get you more than that.
Take it easy here. We want to get there in one piece.
Slow down, man. Oh, Lord. Look, we had to give him a hand or we missed the boat. Stay there.
Hola. ¿Puedo ayudarte?
Just relax. Right? All right. Ready? All right. Lift it. And up. Let go!
Mr. Ness, you're under arrest on order of the Workers for Free Cuba. Move.
Okay. I see now, boys.